Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while. It seems like it's been a while anyway, about 2 weeks, I think. I'll let you know this year's not been easy for me. It's probably been the most difficult year of my life. I'm 37 year old, and I've had some shit times, ups and downs. But I'm very lucky and privileged to be able to do this as a job, obviously. But with that comes a lot of stresses and maybe stuff that doesn't get seen. You see, Joe, just Joe, this personality, this persona, and it's hard to be that all of the time, right? So with the year that I've had, obviously the loss of my mum, which, yeah, it's been really hard. I've also had some issues with substances, as some of you have known in the past. Because I like to be an open book. I like to say how I feel, sometimes to my detriment. I believe I'm an empath. I'm open. Because I want people to be open with me, right? And share their experiences, stories and stuff. And sometimes I can be an oversharer because of that fact. But I think that's why a lot of people connect with me, and get relatability. So yeah, so a 37-year-old, facts are, life's not easy. And it's hard for me to even have the courage, it feels, to have to say this. But yeah, I've had some issues with substances. I've used them, as a crutch for a long time, since I can remember, when it was drink and weed and whatever. Just don't do drugs is what I would say. But yeah. So as you know, I've had these problems. Then in the past year, I've had some confusion with my sexuality as well. I'm bisexual. I'm bisexual. Now, of course, in 2025, this is nothing, right? This means absolutely nothing. But for me, it's such a big thing to be able to say this, and say it out loud to people. I've shared it with family members, some close friends. And again, it shouldn't really define who or what a person is. But for me, as a lad, a football fan, a man, unfortunately, there's this, or I've allowed myself, and who I truly am to be, I guess it's a toxic masculinity, attributed to a lad like myself who was brought up on a rough council estate, brothers, and this is what we do with men, and then also working in an environment where football can also carry with it a lot of toxic masculinity. I mean, there's not open gay footballers, for God's sake. And I'm bisexual. I mean, I've got children and stuff. It may even transpire that I may be a gay man. And again, that's totally fine. But what I've enabled, or what I've allowed myself to do, is to hide the true Joe, I guess, the true Joe, and what his thoughts and feelings are, through the prism of how I believe people perceive me, or should perceive me to be. And it's been fucking hard. It's been really hard to come to terms with this, first and foremost, living a double life, if you like, not being your true authentic self. And it doesn't define who I am. It's not going to change who I am. It's just that I believe secrets keep you sick. And while I continue to hide that part of my life, I will continue to be sick, because I will see this as something that should be kept in the shadows, and I shouldn't, deal with. And then I feel guilt, shame, and remorse about what someone I like, because they have different genitalia. When I see and say this now, it's fucking pathetic, man. It's pathetic. But I can only listen. I've spoken to people about this, and some people have had experiences where, you know, friends have genuinely, friends have taken their lives over the fact that they like someone of the same sex in one specific moment in time, which is mental. It is mental, and I'm not going to allow myself to be that person. Because ultimately, what's been happening, folks, I've not been able to deal with these thoughts, these feelings, emotions, and I've turned to substances. I've turned to substances to try to justify or give myself reasoning as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this because I'm getting smashed. I'm doing this because of this. But in actual fact, maybe Joe just wants to do this and needs to come to terms with that fact. And it's been fucking hard. It's been hard because I've let, on the back of this, by not being able to be honest with myself and with others, I've let a lot of people down, you know. I've not been there for my children because I've been basically hooked on certain substances because of the true, not being able to come to terms with the fact that the true Joe, right, who Joe really likes or who Joe wants to be with. So therefore we do it behind closed doors, hidden, and to help deal with that, you know, I can't deal with all these. So if I've then used substances to help me deal with that, and it's been fucking killing me. Like I'm poorly, I'm ill, I'm not well. I've been trying to get into rehab. It's been difficult because naturally there's not a lot of space, and maybe a space will open up for me, and I'll attack that, and I may have to take some more time because I can't continue to 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 cause myself so much pain in what has been a really, really tough year for me, both mentally and obviously now physically as well. I have a very good sport network around me, but again, as a man, I struggle to tap into that. You know, I struggle to tap into that, but I have to, because I need support with what's going on for me right now. Um, I also want to thank the people within this space that I've shared this information with. They've been great. Jack, Luke, Joe, love you. Because sorry, I just hope, I know it won't, but there will be some that, because for me, there will be some that might not want to even watch fucking content anymore because of this, right? Genuinely, they will. And I know some of us are a bit crazy, mate. It's 2025. What you make a big deal out of it for? But for me, it's a big deal because I've allowed it to be a big deal. I've carried this since I was young, right? I've carried this since I was young. So I had to deal with this in certain environments. I'm not that. I'm not gay, man. What you on about? I don't like men or all this sort of stuff. And you know, uh, I'm 37, and I feel like some of the behaviors that I'm doing, going out, doing all this sort of stuff is something that maybe I should have been doing when I was 18, 19, not at 37, you know, because at 37, I have family, I have responsibilities. And when you're then trying to justify behaviors, oh, it's because I'm taking XYZ or whatever, along that comes a lot of problems, right? Like financially, I've had issues because I've not been working. Not working, it's not good for my mental health. I love my fucking job. I love this job. I love it, man. You don't understand to be in this privileged position, but it is also hard because you know a lot about me, you know everything. So when I've wanted to run away, which is, I guess you could argue I've been doing, it's not even easy for me to do that because I see all your messages and I feel really, really bad for not even just saying, look, I just need some time. I've seen all the messages. I've been contacted by loads of you, and I've seen them. And when the time comes when I'm normal, like chilled, I will respond to each and every one of you individually, text, WhatsApp, emails, Facebook, whatever it may be. I will do that, I promise you. It's just been really, really hard. I'm 37. I shouldn't be doing this, right? But it's fucking hard to come to terms with that fact. And to be okay with it as well. Like, I won't lie, sharing it with my brothers, sharing with friends that I've grown up with, sharing it with some of the people in the space was fucking hard, really hard. But the response has been great because I'm still me, right? It's like a bit of Willie now. You could argue. I'm sorry, that might be too crude for some people. But then there's the facts. That's what it all boils down to. That's the nuts and bolts of it. It ain't really that deep, but for me, it has been because I've allowed it to be built up like that. You know, someone sent me a message after I told them and said that they believed one of their best pals was also going through what I have been going through. And ultimately, they took their life because of drugs and not being able. And I get it, I hear it, right? Not being in that space, but I get why that person probably felt he could never come to terms with that fact. And I'm not going to allow that, right? I'm 37. I have 3 beautiful children. I'd do anything for the fact that I've allowed myself to lose me because my sexuality is mental. It's mental. It's not really that deep. Now, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Like, these people within the space that might have certain beliefs, I'm like, oh, these people might not want to work with me again, or, you know, this person might not want to watch, and all this sort of stuff. And I shouldn't really even have that in my mind. Now, whether that's true or a construct of what I, in my own mind, what I believe society will say, or what this person, that person will behave, but that it shouldn't matter, right? Because I'm me. Like, and if you don't like that, then you just fucking don't watch, isn't it? As I always say, but it is hard. Genuinely, it is hard for me to sit here. I've wanted to do this for ages, but I just thought it's not that deep. You know, someone said, why do you even need to tell people? Because it's only 10% of your life, and I get that, right? And no one needs to know, but someone might. I might have needed to know when I was younger, because anyone that's maybe having these thoughts or feelings or whatever, trust me, you don't want to go on the ride that I've been on, and I'm still on, because, you know, look at my face. I'm not well. I'm not well at the minute. I want to be well, and I will get well because I've been through worse things, and I will get through this. I know that for a fact. I believe that being able to share this information will give me strength. Will give me strength to be able to deal with it, right? Because I believe secrets keep you sick. If it's out there, it's out there. You know, it's out there, and I've told the world. I know I'm not that important. Believe that, and again, I've had to deal with this in my mind as well. Like, do I say why I've been pulled? Do I say what's happened? That ultimately I've not been able to deal with me, so I've then had to turn to substances to help deal with me, which in turn then it's had a backwards effect, right? It's absolutely smashed me as. And like I said, I've like the year's been rough. You know, it has. The last few months have been a lot worse, and then the last few weeks, it's just really come to a head for me. I wanted to just do this raw. I just thought, you know what, just sit and talk. So I didn't want to do a live, and hopefully people will understand. Some will say, what? Like, because you like a bit of Willie. Well, I get it. But for me, I've allowed what I believe society's image of me, or what people within football. I don't know. It's not that deep, but there's a reason that there's no active gay footballers, right? No, I'm not that important. I'm not a Premier League footballer, but not anywhere. You know, in this content space, I'm non-league. But is any non-league? No, there isn't. So there's a reason. And I just hope that this can help me break from these bullshit chains that I put on my own self, and then, ultimately smashed my own health with, because I need to do X, Y, Z to make this okay. Or this is why I'm behaving this way. It's not really me. It's not me. I don't do that. When it is me. And do you know what I mean? That's what it should be. Because guess what? Tomorrow, no one's even bothered. No one's even bothered that I shared this information today. I'm still the same person, but there will be some that may not like it or whatever, and that's fine. That is totally fine. But I just think for me, this is what I need to do. I need to do this. I've shared it with those around me. I've shared it with family members. I need to do this for me, and I hope that in turn, anyone that's watching this, that may be is feeling a kind of way, then you're not alone in that shit. You won't have. There's been many journeys people will have been on, but yeah. And again, I've shared it, and I go, is that it? But you can see it's been such a hard time. I'm not gonna lie, inner turmoil, man. I'm not even lying. It's mad. I have children. I'm not this. You know what I mean? All means nothing, right? Yeah. So I hope you can understand. I'm sorry that I've not been able to actively respond to people, but like I said, I've been really poorly because it is an illness. Drug taking, using is an illness. I'm not strong enough mentally to deal with certain things, so I turn to substances to try and help me with them thoughts and feelings, and it's just a constant boom, 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 back and forth, and I can't. I just want to get off. Just want to get off the ride. I can't be dealing with it no more, honestly. So I stand now in front of you, a bisexual man. I see it, bisexual man. Who knows? Maybe even gay. We'll see. But now that I can put that shit out in the open, I can be okay with exploring it. Yeah. Oh, that's okay with people, and if it's not okay, that's fine. Don't watch, as I would say, and get that blunt joke. I don't give a shit. Don't watch. Turn over the TV. Yeah. So we're good. I'm gonna get better. You will see that. Someone messaged me earlier. What's up with your eyes, man? Like, I'm just tired. Tired of being tired. Yeah. So that's done. That's out there. I can now hopefully process that, and if a spot comes available in rehab as well, that's something I'm going to attack. That's something I'm going to attack, and we'll take the time and take the financial hit. That's again, it's like, I can't have time off work, so I just have to keep trying to get by. And because if I have time off work, I can't then financially support my family. All these sort of things, but it means nothing. Because if Joe doesn't get well, I'll have a job. If Joe doesn't get well, I won't be able to see my children. All these sort of things, man. It's nothing. Sobriety has to come first. And in order for me to be sober, I have to be honest. And that includes in all aspects of my life, including my sexuality. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. It feels cool to be able to say that. Again, this is pre-recorded. Might not even come out. It's like, oh no, don't just keep it to yourself. But if I do that, I'm just going to constantly live. That side of my life's going to be in the shadows, and I don't want it to be. I want it to be no more. Yeah, because it fucking makes me. Oh, why? This fucking means nothing, man. At the end of the day, does it? I can see. You'll probably see it like it's still fucking an emotional thing, So it's been a really tough year, and it's not ended yet, but You know, maybe I'll look back on this and say, right, okay, yeah, it was tough with everything that you went through. But, you know, at the end of it, you came through it. And this is what it is, you know? So pissed as well, man. I miss Chelsea and Liverpool. They're probably the best week of our season as well, right? I was like, no. But yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't in a good place, people. I wasn't, man. But I will be. You know, starting tomorrow, we play Brentford. I'll be there, and I hope you'll all be there as well. You know, I do. That's probably daft. You know, I probably feel a bit daft, but it's what it is, man. Thank you. Means a lot. And as always, man, keep it locked, loaded, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and hit that notification bell. And just thank you. And I'll see you in a bit. Love you, man. Jen, I do. Thank you, man.